In the heart of the peaceful Maplewood forest lived a young and energetic beaver named Benny. Benny was not your typical beaver. Unlike his family and friends who were busy building dams, swimming through the river, or collecting branches for the winter, Benny loved to bounce. It wasn't a usual thing for beavers to do, but Benny had always found joy in leaping high into the air and bounding from tree to tree like a kangaroo. The other animals often marveled at Benny's unusual talent, and while some found it odd, Benny didn't mind. He loved bouncing. It made him feel free and full of energy. But there was one thing Benny often wondered about. His life wasn't just about bouncing, and sometimes he felt like his unique skill was holding him back. The other animals, especially his best friend, Lily the deer, would run through the forest, jump over rocks, and even swim with ease, while Benny felt a little out of place. Sure, he could bounce farther than anyone, but he had never ventured far from home. One bright, crisp morning, Benny was sitting on a large rock near the river when Lily came bounding over with an excited expression on her face. "Benny! Benny! You won't believe it!" Lily said, practically hopping with joy. "Have you heard about Willow Tree Hill? It's the highest hill in Maplewood Forest, and there's a beautiful view from the top that no one in the forest has ever seen. I want to go there and see it for myself. What do you think?" Benny felt a wave of nervousness. Willow Tree Hill was far away, and Benny had never traveled that far. It was known for its tricky path through thick forests and steep hills. Benny had always been content staying close to home. The idea of trekking to Willow Tree Hill felt daunting, especially because Benny wasn't used to traveling for long distances. He preferred the quiet comfort of his cozy lodge by the river. But then Lily's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Come on, Benny. We'll make it an adventure. We can do this together." Benny hesitated. The thought of the unknown filled him with a sense of unease. What if he couldn't keep up with Lily? What if the path was too hard for him to navigate? But Lily was his best friend, and he didn't want to let her down. After a long pause, Benny took a deep breath. "All right, Lily. I'll go with you. But if it gets too hard, we'll come back, okay?" Lily beamed. "Deal. But I know we can do it." And so, Benny and Lily began their journey toward Willow Tree Hill. The path was winding and often covered with thick vines and bushes, but Benny, despite his fears, found himself bouncing over the obstacles with ease. His strong legs carried him over rocks, and his bouncy steps helped him zip through tight spots. Lily, quick on her hooves, raced ahead, but she always looked back to make sure Benny was close behind. Along the way, they encountered many challenges. The first was a long stretch of thick, muddy swamp that made it hard for them to move forward. Lily tried to step lightly on the slippery ground, but she quickly sank into the muck. "Oh no!" Lily cried. "I'm stuck." Benny watched in concern. The mud was deep and sticky, and Lily was struggling to get out. Benny knew that his usual way of bouncing wouldn't work here, but he had an idea. "Hang on, Lily. I'll help," Benny shouted. He gathered some large branches and used them to create a makeshift bridge across the swamp. He carefully placed the branches on the mud, and with a leap, he landed on the first branch. Benny bounced across to the other side. "Come on, Lily. Use the branches," Benny encouraged. Lily followed Benny's lead, carefully stepping from branch to branch until she was free from the mud. She smiled gratefully at Benny.